What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Sunday coffee talk with SoFlo Cards and Collect. I'm RJ, and with me, as always,
Danny.
we're live from the SoFlo Cards and Collect compound in an undisclosed location inside the borders of the state of Florida.
Yeah,
Guys, we really appreciate you coming out. This is the only show on Sundays with us that is held live on YouTube. Guarantee that.
You won't get this anywhere else.
Down below, there's a button with a thumbs up on it. If you click it, it likes the video. If you enjoy coming through, we really appreciate you doing that. Then there's a button that says subscribe. You got to hit that button, and we'll come up in your feed and all that. And if you hit the bell, you'll be notified every time we go live. Danny, tell them what the description shows them.
Listen, if you get in our description, you'll see our link tree, and it'll give you a link to our Instagram. You got to follow us on Instagram. We post every day. We got memes and we got updates at shows that we're going to and stuff. You got to check out our eBay. You got to check out our ComC. And we got news. You got to check out Golden now. And we'll get into that in a little later.
Guys, we post every day, almost every day. It's been a busy week, so I've been slacking a little. But yeah, we post every day new cards and things like that. Let me show you.
Give them a little taste.
Looks like here. This is what the page will look like, guys. We're almost at 1,500. So if we hit 2,000, guess what? We're doing a giveaway of a box blaster of 2022 Allen and Ginter with our boy Ian Grushka in it. Yeah, from Newfound Glory.
That's right. He has a card, and cool. Yeah, he's got patches. He's got relic cards.
Yep, he's got relic cards. Yeah, so we post Magic, sports, Pokemon, all the things we got. And if you like either of those three things, go onto our eBay, guys, because we've got that. And also in our link tree, we've got our ComC store. And if you don't use ComC, you should start, because it's a great service and they do not pay us. In every episode, we talk about how awesome it has been.
All right. And we also have the lowest prices there. So just saying. I mean, check for yourself.
Yeah.
Check for yourself. It's true.
What's this post? Oh, by CGC Card Sports. Whoops. What was this that we were tagged in? Oh, card of the week. That's right. Here we go.
Oh, wait. You're saying our card right there was reposted by CGC?
Guys, we're kind of a big deal.
I mean, I'm just saying
There's
CGC.
One. Blodow. February flashback.
Yeah. Just saying CGC ain't reposting your stuff. You know what I mean?
That's it right there.
Look at that.
And then a lot of guys just trying to advertise to us, huh? So this week, man, we are talking not too much. Kind of been a slow hobby week.
Yeah, not too much going on. You know, the National ended, and
the next big show I think is Collecticon in California.
Okay.
I think that's the next big one, but that's not sports. That's more TCGs, Pokemon, Funkos, comics, things like that.
Funkos. Are people still buying Funkos?
Yeah.
They haven't figured it out yet. Funkos it's a dying thing.
The old ones are what's holding value. Ever since they did that dump of their product, it's kind of taken a slide, I think.
They all bet. Yeah, I guess the classic stuff would be more valuable. I just I don't know, man. I couldn't do Funkos. I have a few, but I'm not like one of those people that have a wall of them still in the boxes. You know what I mean? That's like akin to shoe collectors.
Yeah, but worse, because you can't. At least you can wear shoes. At least there's some functionality to a shoe.
Right, at least in the concept, but you're not allowed to wear them. That's why I can't be a shoe guy. It's like I can't do it.
Yeah. So This not exactly today, but it happened on the 8th. But guys, if you look on our eBay, it has been 2 years since we've been selling on eBay.
Yeah.
Remember, since August 8th, 2021. It's been a good service. Now, people complain about eBay and things like that, but since we've started, it's been a great thing and not really had too many complications with it. I think certain people have asked me for refunds for cars that I think they've received, you know? I mean, but how can you know? So
Exactly. You have to, yeah, you got to do
you
it. I
have to
mean,
go by it.
that's always going to happen, but eBay as it is, man, for the most part, it's good. As long as you're paying attention, you'll be fine.
So out of 214 items sold, we have 148 reviews, which is a very good ratio.
Yeah. That's it's more than half.
I think that's 214 items sold so far. So that's all
Right.
2 years. We've been doing about 100 items a year,
Yeah.
which is a nice slow start,
That ain't
steady
bad.
pace, and 100% feedback. So
And we also have the best prices typically on eBay.
yeah, I do this little, especially with Magic the Gathering. I go and look up the cheapest price guys, and I post it like 20 cents cheaper. So
Right. With
same thing with ComC. We try to keep the lowest prices. This is supposed to be a fun hobby that's not supposed to make you go
right.
bankrupt. So,
Exactly.
you know, we don't have uber high-end cars that are going to make you lose your mind.
Right.
But
Occasionally, maybe.
well,
Occasionally
when
we
I
get
say
some big
high, I
hits.
mean multi-$1,000.
Well,
We've got one of those.
we got one.
We've got one. Here it is. Where are you?
This is my pride and
That's
joy.
right, folks. If you've been on eBay, you have seen
PSA 8, one of one Kanye West gold quarter stamp Pieces of America from Decision 2020. And I pulled it myself.
Look at him. So happy.
Who wouldn't be when they get a card like that, huh?
God bless. Yeah, it's been good. And eBay just started this thing where you can keep funds on eBay now.
Oh, they have like an eBay wallet.
Yeah, so originally it would be stored in escrow on eBay's account, but you couldn't use the funds on eBay while it was in their escrow account. Now you can.
Oh, cool.
And
cool.
you can just, if you wanted, I mean, we're not going to do it as a business, but it's good for regular folks. If you're a collector, you know, and you don't want the back and forth, that money coming in and out of your bank accounts, blah, blah, you can just leave it on eBay now, which is an awesome upgrade, I think.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's that's gonna help them out. They had to do that because I mean you can do that on a lot of other websites.
Yeah.
You know,
If the funds are in escrow, they're in escrow. They're sitting there. Why can't you use them if they're just in the same bank account as everybody else?
Right. Exactly. It was overdue.
Yeah. And we're about to add a lot more Magic the Gathering cards, guys. If you are a Magic the Gathering player, I can't stress this enough. Get on here. We've got the lowest prices you'll find.
And we got good stuff up there, man. We got some solid lands. Some.
Oh, we've got lands. We've got them all. We've got vintage. Look at this nice vintage card. Harsh Mercy. Foil. Near mint mint. I'm not even joking. Take a look. Look at how clean. Huh?
It's pretty slick. Pretty
That's
slick.
popping up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's a great card. Player chooses a creature to destroy all creatures.
Oh, white cards. They can't be regenerated, of course. You should put that in your deck.
I've thought about it, yeah.
Just destroy all zombies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good card, and we've got plenty of stuff. I think certain things need to, like, since we started, eBay also started the authentication guarantee. So that's if
Right.
there's $200 or more, it gets shipped to CGC,
Mm.
and then they verify if it's an authentic card or not, and then it gets shipped uh to the buyer.
Not. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
we've had a few cards that have sold that have gone through that. If CGC wasn't already in Florida, it would make me a little nervous.
Oh
But
yeah.
because it's only going like 2 hours away from us, I'm not that concerned about it. But I think about how weird it is. Like, if you live in Maine
Mm-hmm.
and some guy from California buys your card, you have to ship it down
Right.
south to Florida. It's a little
Yeah.
strange.
You have to go south, go north, kind of thing. Yeah.
But that's good, because if you're, I would want to know if
It-
I was putting that much money down, if it was a real card or not.
yeah. It's a security thing.
And the other thing that they added too, most recently, was now you don't just put like PSA 9 in the title or PSA 10, PSA 8. You
Mm-hmm.
can, when you go and list the card now, you can say if it's graded or ungraded.
Right. There's
And then
a.
they let you choose from a drop down list of graders, let you choose the grade, and even enter the number. They're
Yeah.
starting to realize that eBay is now mainly for cards. I think most of their business probably comes from collectibles and cards.
Oh, collectibles for sure. I mean, that's
Yeah.
been the case since they started, I think. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, people selling antique collectible stuff, not even like
Mm.
stuff like this, just, vintage collectible things you'd find in antique shops and stuff like
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna say, I thought at first it was more like, when I say collectibles, I'm meaning like comics, cards,
Right.
memorabilia. But at
Yeah,
first, when I
lots.
think
Yeah.
it started, it was a lot of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a lot of that kind of vintage clothes, vintage bowls. I used to see a lot of, like, I'm sure it's still all out there, but the majority of what I'm seeing on new listings, if you just go and look at new listings without type, it's all cards.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's pretty crazy.
But yeah, so they added fields to the form for you to populate the information, and now your search results are more accurate and stuff. Yeah, it was a
Yeah, I
good
thought that
move.
was pretty good. And
Mm-hmm.
eBay now also has a vault.
Right.
So if you wanted to, instead of you storing these cards and you shipping them you can store them in eBay's vault, and when they're purchased, they'll ship them for you.
Right. Right.
But I think there's a charge if it's sold. If it sells, they take more of a percent.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. They're gonna get their cut. They're not just gonna, you know, give that away for free.
Now, um, I was talking to this when I went to this local game store yesterday. We'll talk about it a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, but I went yesterday, and there was this guy there who was just getting back into Magic the Gathering,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, well, I've been collecting sports cards, but I recently started getting into playing Magic because of Lord of the Rings set and all this."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, how do you get your sports cards?" And he said, "Oh, I buy them off eBay." And I told him about ComC.
Right.
You go on ComC, I told him, it's $5 per card on eBay on average for shipping. That's the standard. Everybody charges $5.
Right. Right.
I don't care if it's 10-day shipping, whatever. We do free shipping for any cards under $20 because
Mm-hmm.
we're cool like that.
Yeah, man, because we got the best prices. We're not working you, but yeah, we're not getting paid by ComC either. We can't
No,
stress
we're
that
not.
enough.
We're just yeah. This is just an honest show, guys, where we talk honestly about the inside of the hobby, and we're not trying to sell you anything.
Right.
Besides our cards, but
Yeah, buy
we're
our
not trying to
cards.
grift, is what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah,
you
well,
know?
we're giving you the insider info too. It's like ComC is still like kind of a newer, well, it's not new so to speak, but not too many people know about it still.
Exactly.
And
Um,
it's a really good website right now.
yeah, and I was telling him, I was like, look, man, you go, you buy whatever cards you want, a huge amount. The end of the year, you get them all shipped back for $5.99.
Right.
You
Right,
know,
exactly.
it's
And
that simple.
they have like a vault thing too where your account they hold your cards under your account there and then you can order them to be delivered to you. You can have them shipped to you or you can have them hold your collection for you. It's a
Yep.
great website for that and
And
we haven't had any problems.
no problems. And yeah, I mean, not a lot of people know about them, but they've been around for a long time since the aughts.
Yeah.
So they were
Mhm.
like the first people to come up with this idea of a vault, kind of holding
Mhm.
it, trading it within the vault and all that.
A little
Um,
before their time, but they stuck
yeah,
in there and we're at a point now where it's necessary to have that
yeah.
because a big complaint is people are like, oh, I don't have space for my cards. It takes up all this space. And like, well, let them take the space, take up their
And it's funny,
space.
yeah, and it's funny because I've had someone say this to me at a card show before I was talking ComC. They're like, "Oh, well, I'm not able to see my card." I'm like, "Well, if you're a card collector, you just put that in a box and you don't look at it anyways."
Right. Exactly.
Like, yeah, at home they just sit
I
in
just, I
boxes.
want to touch it every like once a week.
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? You don't even your cards just sit in a box at home. They're sitting in a box over there. It's the same thing.
Right, right, exactly. You just well, you know what it is people can be kind of testy about their where who's touching their cards and where they are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You gotta let it go. Gotta let it go, man.
Exactly. But I was telling him, I'm like, dude, if you do the math, you buy 100 cards on eBay, right?
Hmm.
Forget the taxes and all of that, because there's no taxes on ComC because you're purchasing it there.
Right,
Like
right, right.
it's an exchange of token. It's exchange between funds in their escrow bank account,
Exactly. So
and
it's not like really a transaction or something.
exactly,
Some cool legal loophole. Woo.
yeah. And I was telling him, look, you get 100 cards, each one $5 to ship. That's $500 of shipping every year,
Right.
plus the price of the card.
Well, I mean, look how much
So
you pay for shipping on eBay. What do you pay?
that's
Sometimes
what I'm saying.
they want $11 sometimes for like a collection of 5 cards. You know,
Yeah,
it's
for ship. Yeah,
yeah,
crazy. So that's what I'm saying is your fees are literally 100th. Your shipping fee could be 100th of what you spend on eBay.
right.
So, but eBay's on the right track, man. I think they're doing a good job. And 2 years
Hmm.
in, I've enjoyed the service. I think there's certain things that could be done a little better. This hasn't happened to us, but I know that there's a lot of
Oh well.
chill bidding that
Hmm.
happens.
That's hard to detect though, man. Like I
I know
unless
because it happens in real time. You can't really see
right.
until after the auction's over what happened.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, eventually they might be able to detect something like that, but you know, if you're paying people to use their own accounts, you really can't tell. You know, and
Yeah.
you know what that
Uh,
happens at auctions still
oh
too.
yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
I don't know if it's something that you can stop.
It's illegal, but you can't stop it.
Right. So yeah.
And the other thing that I've seen is people will, like this has happened to me. I like to look up cards. I like. I'll give you a little hint, guys. You want a hint on how to use eBay? Misspell things
Yeah.
and look up cards by misspelling the card,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll find some good gems. But I've had it where people cancel the sale after because they realize, oh, I made a misspelling, and this card sold for the opening bid amount.
Right. Right.
You know?
Exactly. Oh. Oh well. Now I'm canceling the auction. Sorry, guy.
Yeah. And I get it. If you message me and you say, "Oh, hey, sorry, I meant to list this as a buy it now instead of an auction," or okay. But I've
Hmm.
had where they just cancel it.
They're just like, sorry, this didn't sell for a high enough amount that I wanted, so I'm canceling it. But eBay
Right.
doesn't like that either, though. And you can complain to eBay, and they'll give them shit for it.
Yeah.
eBay doesn't mess around, man. If they catch you trying to screw with people's orders and stuff, they'll just shut you down. They'll
Oh,
ban
it's a
your account.
publicly traded company, man. They have, they have to have some kind of integrity and
Yeah.
honor their business and
Well, they
they,
don't have to, but they choose. They do, and yeah, it's been a good website for a long time. I don't see any competitors to them anytime soon.
no, the next big thing that they're gonna have to do, um, and they've already lagged behind on this, so I don't know if they can, but they needed to get into like live stream.
Yeah, yeah, but
Not even like
hmm.
breaking,
No,
but
no,
like how Amazon does it,
right,
where you can live stream and just show off your product, things
right,
like that.
right. Live
You
stream
know?
auctioning, live stream sales. You can do
Right.
like a QVC thing, yeah, kind of like the Amazon reviews or whatever.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
That would be really neat for them to implement, but it's like where
It's a
would
lot of
that?
infrastructure.
That's a huge change to the website too. Yeah. You would have to like make another website just for that. eBaylive.com or something like that.
Yeah, it's a whole new infrastructure and
I think if they did that, it would be really successful.
I think so too. I mean, if they could do it like you said, QVC where, we pick out, Magic. Today we're showcasing all the Magic cards we have for
Mm-hmm.
sale.
Mm-hmm.
And, here it is. Oh, I have it right here in my hand and you can pull up the thing with the ad right here or the listing right here and I'm talking about it
Uh-huh.
here,
And
like
we are selling it. You have to have phone sounds playing in the background, like a bunch of phones ringing. You know?
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
The phones
Like
are
it's a
ringing
call
off the
center.
hook.
The
We're
phones are ringing off the hook.
we're selling out so fast. You need to call right now.
Let's see. Here's Shifty Doppelganger.
What does
Wow,
he
look
do?
at this. Huh? Beautiful. Lightly played. I mean, that was a little harsh. That looks near mint to me. Except right here.
Oh wow!
You can tell,
Just
guys,
don't look at the back.
whenever you guys buy Magic cards, if you look at the back and it looks like this, do you know what that means?
Lightly
They
played.
they played with them without sleeves.
Oh yeah,
This is
that's the
this
shuffling
card's from
scuffs.
this card's from back in the day where they didn't even put cards in sleeves.
Yeah, we didn't have sleeves yet.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
2001 Odyssey.
Oh my God, 2001. Jeez.
Yeah.
Odyssey set. What? And it's only 1639?
Yeah, I wonder if that's the cheapest.
Probably. If it's not, we're gonna have to update it. We'll have to
Today I'm
drop it.
listing and I'll go through an update. But yeah. So that's been good, man. I think eBay 2 years, we'll stick strong.
Mm-hmm. And today I'll
The
be
only way to
getting.
really do it, guys. Unfortunately, people keep trying to figure out other ways around eBay and there's not a way.
No,
Unfortunately, they have the monopoly.
yeah, and yeah, exactly. Trying to compete with them would be a mistake right now. You'd flop pretty quick.
Yep. And the only difference between like this is how I've tiered it for the company. 1 to like $10 cards
Mm-hmm.
pending. Most all sports 1 to 10. I'll put on ComC
Mm-hmm.
because I know they'll move a little faster there. Probably they probably have a little more liquidity to them there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm not going to get crushed on fees. If I sell a dollar card on eBay,
Yeah,
they take 20 cents off of it,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
then the shipping that I have to pay, which is 60 cents, and
Hmm.
now I'm left with 20 cents
For a dollar card. Yeah.
for a dollar card.
And that, my
Um,
friends, is why cards are overpriced on eBay because
right,
they're recouping the costs and they pass them on to you.
exactly. Um, and the other is then from eBay we do like 10 to 100. It depends on the card.
Right, right.
But 10 to 100, 10 to 200, that's eBay. Now we're starting for the huge cards.
Mm-hmm.
Probably I'm going to start doing golden auctions.
Well, we already started, didn't we?
So we have kind of started. This is golden. This was a card that I got at the beginning of the baseball season, a Jesus Luzardo First Bowman Chrome Refractor, PSA Gem Mint 10.
Nice.
So this was the beginning of the season. Nobody was big on Jesus. The Marlins have been doing well. He's been doing well. So now I'm gonna put it on, and we'll see how it goes. The sale ends Thursday. If a card does not sell above $15, there's a $3 charge.
Okay. For who? The buyer or the seller?
The seller.
That makes sense. That's fair. Now it looks like we already
Because they
got a
hold
bid.
it. What?
Did we already have a bid on there? Is that $5
I'm
bid?
not sure.
Or is that the starting bid?
That's the starting bid. So
Okay.
somebody may have bid.
Because it says current, so. But guys,
Yeah,
check it
somebody
out.
might have bid, but then if there's no I just don't want to. Yep, one bid so far.
All right, cool. So we got our first bid already, starting at $5. Now,
So for the weekly auctions on Golden, every bid starts at $5.
okay.
They have special like monthly and quarterly auctions for the higher end product, and those start a little bit above, but
Yeah.
for their weekly it starts at 5. And with Golden, they're linked with PSA.
Right.
So you can just also vault your cards with PSA, and they store it in Delaware. That's their warehouse. And then you can put it up to Golden, and they go and sell it through there.
Yeah, man. It's pretty sweet. So 4 days left.
Yeah, it ends Thursdays. So that's when the weekly auctions end, are every Thursday night.
10.
And Golden's good. There's a lot of eyes on it and a lot of whales.
Oh yeah,
Like
that's
the really serious card people use Golden auctions.
that's where the big boys play. Is Golden.
Yeah. I mean, they have some crazy stuff on Golden.
If we put the Kanye in Golden, it probably would have sold already.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
Would you have gotten $5,000 for it? I don't know.
Yeah, probably not. Oh,
But
well, maybe more. You never know.
I don't know.
You never know. I still say it's worth $5 because it's the only one, and I get to say so.
Exactly.
In fact, I think it just went up another 1,000 just now.
So, like, for an example, this is the Elite Auction.
Ooh,
This is Elite Auction, Summer Comic, Golden 100. So these are the items that you can kind of find in their bigger auctions. How about a Joe Glenn game used catcher's mitt?
Damn.
10,000.
Okay.
How about a 1933 Gaudy PSA 5.5 Babe Ruth?
Yeah, this is the big stuff. These are the big boy cards, as we like to call them.
Yeah, you could easily. I mean, this is a good price right now. 2.5 1952 Mantle for 28.
15 bids on that.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. We got to get something like that. Can we get one? Next time
Yeah.
we go to a show.
I'm looking at Billy Martin, 1952, and he's
Mm.
like a nobody, and his 52s are like $400. This is crazy.
Gotta start somewhere.
I mean, he's not a nobody, but he's not like, it's not the 52 mantle, but
Right. He's no man.
those cards are still up there. Yeah, look at this card. 2003 to 4. Michael Jordan signed game used patch card. Exquisite. BGS 8.4, 31,000 with 16 bids.
Why does it say BGS 8.5 Beckett 10? Is that a 10 auto or
The
something?
auto is a 10.
Okay.
Yeah, because Beckett does they do BGS for grading, and then Beckett has to review the auto, something like that.
Oh, I see.
And
Okay.
they put the auto on the back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 10 autograph.
That's a crazy card.
Yeah, man. Imagine if it was a 9.
I don't know. Oh, there was something this week in the news. Or was it last week? What did we talk about? When did this happen?
When did
Post Malone bought
no.
1 of 1.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, Post Malone.
That happened this week, I guess.
It was either this week or last week, but Post Malone owns the One Ring PSA. Was it an 8 or a 9? I think it was an 8.
9.
It was a 9 PSA 9, the One Ring 1 of 1. And he's just like, yeah, I kind of wanted it, so I slapped down however much it was, a couple million or whatever. Yeah, no big deal. Kanye, that's what we want to do with your card.
Yeah.
Everybody tag Kanye. Send him a picture of the listing. Tell him to slide in our DMs. I just want to retire. That's all.
Now, here's something crazy. A 2022 Bowman Chrome, first Bowman, Ellie De La Cruz.
Nice.
Out of 25. PSA 10.
Ooh.
Right now it's at 12.
How many bids have been done? 3.
Ellie used to play for this team, guys. Ellie played for this team. If you know what team this is, you're cool.
That's the team with the red helmets.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a monster. What do you think? Overpriced? How do you feel about this price, man? This kid
out of 25.
He's probably gonna rent. What?
Out of 25.
Yeah. I don't know. This is his rookie season and it's already up here. Prospecting is crazy, dude.
Well, tell me, what position does he play?
Ellie is a third baseman.
And what's his batting average?
I forget. It's high. It's high.
We talking 300s?
Let's see. 265.
I don't know, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
12,000?
I feel like Michael Harris on the Braves is a much better player.
Yeah, well, what's his first Bowman Orange going for?
Michael Harris is probably up there because he's really been staying solid. But yeah, it's not.
260 is like, it's good, but it's not incredibly impressive anymore right now.
No, if he was like 280s to 3 something, that would
right.
be.
The threes are hot. Like, the 300s are hot right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so let me pull this up real quick. I'm going to go get the Post Malone. Yeah, let's see, because Post Malone talked to Joe Rogan about Magic the Gathering.
Oh, did he talk to Joe Rogan? Okay. I didn't see that part. I saw him like when he was buying the card or whatever. There's a video of it.
Yeah, that was cool. And so that guy pulled in Toronto. He's from Toronto, and he pulled it from a Commander booster box at the LGS.
A Commander
saved up-
booster box.
Yeah, he had saved up for like a whole year to get like a few booster boxes from the announcement.
You mean collector's
or
boxes?
Even pricing. What?
Collector's boxes.
Collector's box.
Okay, not Commander, collector, because
Collector.
yeah.
Sorry.
All right. I was gonna say, I was like, if that was in a Commander booster, I'd be a little unhappy about that. You want it to be in a collector's box. I don't get to pull a numbered ring today, man. When you get me that pre-release.
I don't believe the numbered are in the pre-release.
Well, darn it.
They're only in collector's box.
Okay, fine. Well, I'm gonna pull something. There's gonna be something in there.
All right, can I send you this link and we can watch it?
Uh-huh.
One moment. I'm DMing you now, dude.
Okay. All right, hold on.
All right, let me know when you're gonna play it at the same time as me, and I'll pause it. So like 1, 2.
All right, hold on. Let me get it up, and I gotta do this for them to hear it. All right, 1, 2, 3, go.
And what'd you buy? You bought some wacky card, right?
I bought a crazy card. Probably the dumbest thing. Not dumbest, but like most irresponsible use of my money I've ever experienced. I bought a $2 million Magic the Gathering card.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of market is there for a $2 million? Are you bidding against yourself? Are there other people that are like, I'm in?
He was like, all right, well, Posey said you can get 2.5 for it. I said, fuck, 2.6. But, man, I don't know. It's a Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering collab they did. And there's only one of them.
There's only one card.
There's only one of them. So out of all the boosters, all the collectors packs they sold, that was the one. And a guy in Toronto, his name's Brooke. He's an absolute fucking legend. And he worked at Costco, and he went to his local game store.
Yep.
And I don't know exactly how much he wants me to share, but he went to his local game store and pulled it out of a pack, and it was a $2 million card.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? It literally is like Willy Wonka's fucking...
Yeah, Willy Wonka.
It's Willy Wonka's golden ticket.
Well, I was going to say that. See, they did a Doctor Who set. They're doing all these weird sets coming up. They have a Fallout set. What they really should do is they're making another Willy Wonka movie. Why not? Do a Willy Wonka set and put an out of 5 golden ticket card in there. That would blow up, dude. That would be like so huge, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool if you got a golden ticket card. I don't even want it to be playable.
No. It's just an out of 5 like token, a golden ticket token.
Right. Yeah, that would be cool if it was like gold, like actually gold.
Yeah, or have gold leaf on the front of it. Yeah.
Gold leaf. Yeah.
That would be pretty sweet, man.
Yeah, so this guy worked at Costco, man. Like I said, apparently he was saving up for like a year. Like whenever they did the announcement that they were going to do Lord of the Rings, he just started saving. I mean, they didn't announce the prices or anything.
Yeah.
And at that point, there was no announcement of the One Ring either.
Right. Yeah, we didn't know about the numbered cards and stuff like that yet.
Yeah. There was obviously we had like some idea because in Brothers War they have numbered out of 500 cards.
At that point, it was still like, oh, are they going to do numbered? I hope so.
Yeah. So now, is the card worth 2 million raw, or is it worth 2 million because now it's graded? See,
So here's what happened: is a bounty was put on the card. That's what brought the value up. Was somebody was like, I'll give you $1 million if you just have it, and then that turned into 2 million. And so it doesn't matter that it's graded now that it's it just had that kind of flat bounty put on it. But oh my god, dude, give it like 10 years. How much is it going to be worth? That's the real question.
well, and especially because Post Malone owned it.
Yeah, it's been in his hands and all that. It's just
So now it's like the Post Malone one of one, you know?
uh-huh. Now it's like, wait, Black Lotus what? What's Black Lotus?
Yeah. Let's continue watching,
Okay.
dude, because he starts trying to get Joe into playing Magic the Gathering.
Hell yeah, man. All right.
Yeah,
3,
it's funny.
2, 1,
One.
go.
Golden ticket.
Yeah, man. It's so fucking cool.
Well, as long as it gives you joy,
Very much so.
I would give that away. Somebody gave me one of those, I'd give it to you.
Well, he's
Like,
already
I
a
don't know
like
what
multi-millionaire.
to do with
Joe.
this.
Fuck, I wish you
Supposed to
pulled
like
it.
it.
I wish you pulled it.
I would have just gave it to you. 100% I would have just gave it to you.
But yeah, I don't know. I love. Have you ever played Magic the Gathering?
No.
Joe Rogan.
No.
Too old for that, dude.
You
He's too old for Magic.
would be a beast.
He would though.
I don't think I would. It's a card
You,
game?
you would.
Yeah, I'm out.
You don't play poker or nothing?
No. I appreciate it. I watched a bunch of people play blackjack in Vegas. Dana White and a bunch
I
of
love
football
blackjack.
players. Oh, it's so scary. They were betting so much money. It was terrifying.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah, I enjoy watching.
Dana White
But
scares
I,
me,
you
so.
know,
He's a
I have
scary guy.
an addictive personality,
Sure.
particularly when it comes to games.
Sure.
I get very addicted to games. So I have to be very careful because I'm at casinos all the time because I'm at UFC fights. So I'm in Vegas all the time. I cannot be that guy.
Well, Magic's not a gambling game. You don't bet for money.
can be.
You just play. And it's like, so there's over like, Jamie, would you let me know how many Magic cards? I think there's over 30,000 unique Magic cards right now.
And so
More.
you're playing, and how does it work?
50.
You get dealt a hand.
No, so you draw from your deck. So if you're playing Commander, it'll be you, me, and then 2 of our other buddies.
Okay.
Oh shit, there's 50,000 unique.
49,998 total unique English language Magic cards.
Isn't that fucking crazy? So
Yeah.
think about it, and the way that it works, it's like chess.
pause it,
It's just very. It's a game of.
Okay.
So I wonder that statistic because certain cards basically are just renamed so they don't keep reprinting. You know, they'll take like what's an example?
Dr. John Stewart.
No, that's like a special print. I'm thinking
Oh,
more
okay.
of like Oblivion Ring and Banishing Light,
2 cards that have the same effect exactly.
but different names.
Are they the same cost too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean. Is it's like 50,000?
Well, it's 50.
I would
Yeah.
I would think it's more like what he said. It's probably closer like 35, between 35 and 40 maybe.
Well, yeah. If you wanna combine cards that have the same cost and text ability, then yeah. But I mean, they do have different art. They have different.
See, and are they considering that, like you said, Dr. John Seward? Is that considered? Because even though it's a Tolarian,
and it
or
even
whatever,
says like
Tolar.
as Tolarian or yeah.
yeah.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Whatever it is, there's a lot of cards, and there's
Yeah,
more English cards than anything else.
Well, I think just simply because they didn't start really printing in foreign languages until the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
So there had already been like 10 years of sets in English
Yeah,
by the time the like other languages started to get printed.
right. And they're not doing numbered in other languages either.
They're not?
No, it's only.
Oh, no, they're
English.
not. They're not, right?
Only English cards have numbered.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Maybe
So
one day.
the other So what we were talking about also announced this week with the Lord of the Rings set specific, and this was on Alpha Investments.
Mm.
Um, Wizards kind of hinted this is going to be what's called an evergreen set,
Yeah.
meaning
Yeah.
they might not stop printing it for like a few years.
They'll have an unlimited run.
Right. Which, like you said, will help the numbered cards
Yes.
simply because the ratio is what will outweigh it.
But the regular print cards are just going to plummet.
Yeah.
But they want to make it affordable. That's the thing, is it's almost like what was that set with the donut cards and stuff? And say that again, your mic didn't pick you up.
The donut cards?
Yeah, it was like a spoof set that they made. It was all like like with the artist, the illustrator guy that's reaching out and he's changing the text.
Oh, you're talking about like the unsets.
Yeah,
so
the
there's
unsets.
unglued, Unfinity.
Yes. The Lord of the Rings is almost like that, in that it's like a novelty set, right? It's
Right.
collectible. It's very collectible. Everybody wanted Lord of the Rings cards, and their concept, I think, is like, okay, well, let's make this as available as possible so everybody buys it. You know, because like I was saying before, even non-Magic people are like, oh, Lord of the Rings cards. I love Lord of the Rings. I want Lord of the Rings. Doctor Who cards? Yeah, I'm going to buy all the Doctor Who cards. I don't know how to play yet, but yeah.
And it's like we were saying, if you're into Magic, you're probably into Lord of the Rings. And if you're into Lord of the Rings and you're introduced to Magic, you'll probably like it.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with Doctor Who. If you're playing Lord of the Rings or you're playing Magic, you probably know about Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a Doctor Who guy and don't know Magic, you would be into playing it because it's kind of like what they're doing with White, like what White Schwartz does, but it's with bigger.
That's a good comparison.
Bigger franchises. It's not anime. It's movies and
it's fantasy
books.
Stuff and sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know what it is they're just like, hey, all the nerds that aren't playing Magic yet, check this out.
Exactly. No, it's a big game, and it's like we say, dude, and you've said it too. It's like chess with chance.
Yeah.
So it's a skill game with chance involved, you know,
exactly.
and that's what makes it so good to me. I love that.
Yeah, it takes it to a different level. You have to think. Well, most decks you have to think in order to play. Other ones, they just kind of, play themselves. But
yeah, that's kind of my thing with Pokemon. Is it's not as good of a game because it's so straightforward that there are very few cards that affect the rules of the game, whereas Magic, the cards are exceptions to the rules.
Right, exactly. It's like, well, now everything changes every turn. You're right. Well, Pokemon is obviously catered to younger kids, so it's not very complicated. Very simple concepts, and yeah.
But that's the beauty of Magic. You can play straight up aggro, straight burn. Like you can play a simple way.
Mm-hmm. But it allows for you to develop strategy if you want to. You can get complex with it if you want.
Janky.
Yeah.
you can get real janky.
That's how I get, Jay. I leave it all up to chance when I play.
That's the Magic the Gathering term, guys. Jank. That means that the deck does weird stuff with the rules. Like the whole deck is janky. It means it basically is meant to like bend the rules.
Mm-hmm. And you never know.
The best way I can describe it.
Right. And you don't really know what to expect of when it's going to happen and stuff like that. It's changes turn by turn. That's what I like, man.
Yeah. So if Joe Rogan got into Magic the Gathering, that would be crazy.
Well, suddenly it'd be cool. Everybody would be playing Magic all of a sudden, which is probably going to happen because of Post Malone now too. It's been on, oh yeah, dude, try Magic. Now everybody's going to be like, oh, I play Magic. I got a Commander deck, and I spent $800 building it. And
and then I come along.
Exactly. You're just like, oh yeah, I'm going to beat you with a 25-cent card.
I love doing that.
Tell that story, dude. Favorite. Tell that story. You got to tell the story.
All right, so I'll tell before we go. So this is why Magic's so good, guys, because there are certain cards that are very expensive, and there are cards that are not at all.
Right. Right.
And it's all about how you play and how you use the cards when playing them and building the deck. So there's something called I'm sure you guys are familiar with this term meta. What's the meta?
Right.
So in Magic, meta is like a big thing. People look online, what is the most winning decks right now
Right.
from tournaments, and then they look up the deck list and they buy those cards and just recreate those winning decks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because that happens, the price of those cards goes up and up and up, and now
Right.
and what was originally built as like a $200 deck is now $800.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So back in the day, before Commander came out, there was only really one mode of playing Magic.
Mm-hmm.
There were different rules to playing in those modes: standard, modern, and legacy.
Mm-hmm. Right. And which was the different ranges of how old the cards were, because the cards essentially expire after so long and they're no longer allowed in the current like tournaments.
Standard,
Yeah.
legal.
Standard is the like most current cards. And then what was it?
Modern
is a little bit older, and then legacy is like everything after
it's everything.
or everything altogether. That's right.
Yeah.
Everything's allowed.
Right. So I used to play Friday Night Magic tournaments. So every Friday, Wizards of the Coast, they do an actual tournament every Friday around the world.
Mm-hmm.
There are legitimate ranked tournaments that happen at your local card store.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used to go play these in college, and there was this one kid. He was a little younger than me. I think he was like a senior in high school, maybe.
Mm.
And I was maybe a junior or senior in college. I'm not sure. I wasn't that much older than him, but he had all of those meta decks, very expensive decks.
Right. Right.
And I'm a broke
lot of
college.
money.
And I'm a broke college kid.
Yeah.
So my friends and I would literally all week just meet and build decks, sharing cards between each other.
Mm-hmm.
I would borrow Jake's cards. I would borrow Esteban's cards. Esteban would borrow cards from me, and so on and so forth, just to win.
Right, exactly.
Just to place. And if we were to place, and you would get prizes, and we would share those prizes.
Split them, yeah.
Anyways, this kid, he's playing like one of the most expensive decks back then. I think this thing was, and Post Malone said that Commander's 99. Well, standard
minimum 60
was 60 cards
minimum. Yeah.
So for a deck to cost $500 and only be 60 cards, 20 of which are lands.
Right. So you have like 3 copies of like $100 card,
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
So I'm playing a blue-black zombie sack deck, and I have Gravecrawler, Blood Artist, and I play this card, Demon Lord of Ashmouth, which is it's a 4-cost flyer with trample and flying undying, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
And it says whenever this creature comes in the field, you have to sacrifice a creature as part of its mana cost.
Yeah.
So you have to play a card. Then it has to be a creature on the field. When you play that card, if you don't sack that creature, the card you just played doesn't resolve and it's gone.
Yeah.
Well, I had this card, and it cost 25 cents.
Yeah.
And I beat this kid really bad, two games to nothing, where I was like hardly touched. And he got so mad. He goes, "Let me see that card. What is this? What is this bullshit? What? I've never even heard of this card." And then he just gets up and leaves, and he didn't come back for like 2 months. And and I got him so dirty.
He goes,
I'll never
how
forget
much is
that.
this card worth? It's like, what is this? Like a 10-cent card?
What is this? A 10-cent card, 25-cent? What is this? It's like, yeah, no, you just don't know how to play, man. That's it. You don't need that.
It's fun when you make them rage quit, man.
Oh yeah, and I used to be that kind of player where I would come in with deck because, like I said, people would study the meta.
Yeah.
So then everybody else thinks you're gonna play the deck that they have, you know?
Right.
No, I used to come in like one time I came in with a mono white human aggro deck, which nobody played ever. I think I was the only guy in the whole world with this fucking deck. And that was like one of the only times I ever got first place by just sweeping everything. I won every match 2-0.
Undefeated?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. Because they just didn't see it coming.
Right. Well, you had the perfect counter to whatever the build was at the time. Yeah.
Or just every build. Because no one saw it. No one knew.
Nobody expected.
They don't think outside the box.
Nobody expected the Spanish Inquisition.
Right. And now there's a card called Grimgrin. And now Grimgrin is a very expensive card. Well, back then when he was just released, he was 50 cents.
Mm-hmm.
And he's an open sack outlet.
Yeah.
And Gravecrawler can be played from your graveyard, and he has sack a creature. It just says sacrifice a creature.
Right, and you can pump him up by doing it. You can just do it as many times as you want or can afford.
But if you have 4 blood artists out, it says every time a creature dies, your opponent loses a life and you gain a life. So every time I would sack him, I would
4
gain
damage.
4, and you would lose 4.
Right, which is like almost almost a fifth of your health.
Oh, I do that. I literally just pay for it 5 times, and I've done 20 damage to you, which is lethal.
Fifth, yeah, exactly. You just bing,
I
bing,
didn't
bing,
even
bing,
have
bing.
to swing at you.
Yep.
And no one saw that either.
You're right. Nobody knew about that. See, I use Grimgrin in my deck. Man, he's fun.
Yeah, I think he's like a $30-something card now.
Is he 30 now? I don't think I paid that much for him.
No, he might be lower again, but he keeps like jumping up and down but he keeps going steadily up.
I want a full art Grimgrin. Full art textless Grimgrin.
Yeah. But that's cool. I think it's going to be good for the hobby, and it definitely brought a lot of people back. Like I said, that one guy was like at the store, and he said, "Oh, I got in. I'm here because I started playing because of the Lord of the Rings." So it is bringing more new people in.
Totally. The more cards they buy, the more money Wizards makes, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, we'll go to the LGS, dude. You'll like it. They set it up really good because like the main part of the store is all comics on the left and all like video games and
they kind of got everything there, man.
Yeah, video games and then like figures like the 40K and stuff.
Yeah, Warhammer stuff. Yeah, they got a couple tables in there too.
And then in the back, no, I went to the one in Ocala, dude.
Oh,
not Bellevue.
That's the bigger one, right?
Yeah, it's huge.
Okay.
And
yeah, we got to go there.
They have it's cool. They have 3 gaming rooms.
Oh, cool.
So they have one that's all the way on the left, which is like for their tournaments. So when I went there, they had a sanctioned Pioneer tournament, which is another
game type for Magic.
Another game type. And for Magic the Gathering. And then they had you go kind of behind the desk checkout, and there's a room there for tables, so tabletops like 40K.
Yeah,
there were guys playing Star Wars.
Yeah, there's a Star Wars mini game.
Yeah, the Squadron Star Wars mini game. And then on the other, when you make a right in that room, there's another room for tables for like casual play.
Nice.
For cards.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it's big. I was really surprised because the one in Bellevue is big too.
Yeah, it's not small by any means, but that's not their flagship store.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it was cool, and everybody was cool, man. And they had 20% off singles. So
nice. Yeah, they had a sale.
The singles I picked out that were from the binder they came out to be 56 without the discount. Then I got 20 lands and like 5 utility common cards.
And a Galadriel.
Well, that was in the binder.
Oh,
So
okay.
So I picked like a dozen cards from the binder that equaled 56. And then I got 20 something lands and a few. I ended up paying for all of it $52.
That's not bad at all, dude, for what you got.
No, that's really good. And they, like I said, it was a good deal.
It's not very often you see singles on sale either.
Exactly.
You know,
I mean, I was really tempted to buy some of the pretty expensive cards because, like,
20%, man.
The $500, that's, $400 now. So it's like, it's not bad. And their prices were in the range of what they are on eBay and TCG Player. They very, very fairly priced, yeah. And it was
nice,
busy, man. I was surprised because usually down south you go into an LGS, and unless it's like, well, I guess that's not true anymore, man. Now that I'm thinking about it,
used to be. They were kind of junky. Yeah.
Yeah. Now they're legit.
The ones that are left.
I think of Tate's, like Tate's Gaming. That one is busy all the time.
Yeah. It's hard to hang out there because
the stench is heavy.
Yeah. It smells like shut-in. You know what I mean?
It's heavy with the stench of nerd. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel you. That's kind of why I don't go to those places.
Right. That's like the spot for the weebs.
Dude, when we went to the Command Fest, man, there were some smelly dudes.
There's some stinky people, dude. We had
the Lord of the Rings Command Fest, you didn't go to it. It was in a much bigger room.
Oh, yeah?
And so it was a little more spaced out.
Nice. Yeah, it was a little tight at the other one.
Yeah, and I think that had a lot to do with the smell being so bad.
Just kind of held it in close together. We had an interesting fellow at the table with Jake. The guy with the hood and everything.
What was going on with that guy?
He was a real wizard.
That was crazy because it was like not even like I don't want to sound rude or bigoted or what. I mean, it wasn't even transgender. He was just a wizard.
Yeah, no.
It was like an interdimensional, like something else.
Mm-hmm. And like when he started when he started losing, he kind of took it personally, I think, because it kind of ruined his day. And he's just like,
yeah.
Oh.
And he put his mask back on. And he was like, okay.
I'm sorry, man. It's like cosplaying a what do they call it? A original character. You know, somebody you made up. I'm sorry, it's funny, interesting, dude.
Oh, and Jake's ruthless.
Jake's like the guy that knows every Magic card ever printed, kind of thing, and he knows exactly like what works together. He messes with you. That's the Super Friends, dude. The Super Friends. It's all planeswalkers. He's got no creatures in his deck. It's so funny, man.
Yeah, and then he just infinite combos you to like, or he gains like all of the life.
Right, exactly. You can't hurt him.
So now you can't hurt him, and you're just gonna like run out of cards before he can die.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're stuck there, just being like, okay, well I fold.
Right, exactly. Okay, you got your planeswalker out. Good game.
Yeah, over. I can't. You have 5 planeswalkers out, and I haven't like done anything in 20 minutes. It's still your turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's not how I play, but
he's the kind of
guy.
That's
the beauty of the game. That's the beauty of the game.
He's the kind of guy that would play a mono blue deck, if you know what I mean.
Oh, he has. You do not want to play his mono blue deck.
That's what I'm saying. He's the kind of guy that enjoys playing mono blue. He'll be like, you go, okay, I'm going to play this. And he goes, no, you're not. Counter. Okay, well, I'm going to do that. No, you're not. Counter. No, you can't. No, you're not playing at all today. Mm-hmm. You're not doing anything. And I'm just going to keep poking you for 1 until you die.
He plays America sometimes, which is red, white, and blue.
Oh, that sounds cool.
That's annoying. Red, white, and blue is annoying.
White blue is annoying. as it is.
Yeah. It's all counter, board, clear, and burn.
Mm-hmm. That's so much fun. That's
Well, we've gone a little further this time today. That was enjoyable, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did. And if you liked it, down below, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button in our description, click our link tree. Follow us on Instagram. We're doing a 2,000 follower giveaway, guys. So all you have to do is just follow. We're going to draw at random from our followers. If you're selected, we will message you. We're almost there. So
That's right.
Share
Who
with your
doesn't
friends
like
and all that.
Who doesn't like an Allen and Ginter box, huh?
We like it. It's a good product.
Fun.
Also, when you click our link tree, you'll see our eBay, which we were talking about earlier in the show. You'll see our Comp C. Guys, we really do appreciate it. Every Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern time, we will be here talking hobby, all of the news and fun things and just our takes and what have you. So we do appreciate it. And